I'm Allyssa. I'm client concierge with the Dave Z Home team and the leverage agent for about a year and 6 months.
All right, so now I am with Allyssa, who I say one of my favorite things of being on this trip is getting to meet your daughter. She is so sweet. And so tell me about your daughter.
She's sweet, really. She is kind, but she is sometimes hard-headed. Like yesterday when we went to the temples, it's really hot here in Thailand. So that's why she's irritable.
I was hungry. I was tired. I was sweaty. So I just grabbed her a couple times, like, I'll just hold her because I've got, 5 kids and I know how hard it can be. But Luna is her name and she's 2. She's 3. She's so sweet. How has life been as a virtual assistant, especially having now a 3-year-old? How has that been? Now, first of all, let's start over. How long have you been a virtual assistant?
I've been a virtual assistant since I've joined the Dave Z Home team since 2023, April.
Also about a year and a half. And now, so you had life before with a baby. And now life since. Tell me some changes working virtually, good, bad. Like, so let's start with the bad. Like, what's been bad about it?
First, it was really hard because of the sleep schedule of my daughter. I work nights and she wants to be with me. I'm sitting on the chair. She only wants to hug me while she sleeps. But then, as time passed by, she understood that I have to work. So she sleeps alone in the bed. But our bed's like...
They're close.
They're close. The computer and the bed, so I can still watch her.
Hard to do when you have to drive into a job, right? And I work from home, right? And I have 5 kids, and they'll come into my office like it's their playroom. Like, hey, Dad's working. So it happens, right, virtually and in person. But being there is so key, and that's what I got to do is when I didn't go into the office and I could work from home, how much better connected I was as a dad. So what are some of the positives since you've been a virtual assistant?
I started to live on our own.
Ooh, okay. So where were you living before?
I lived with my parents. It was hard because I had to do all the chores. I had to...
So you were an adult, but you were being treated like a child maybe?
Yeah.
Because you're working virtually, you've been able to go get your own home.
Yeah, I've had my peace of mind when I've started living on my own.
It's amazing. What was life like when you were younger? What did your parents do?
My mom was a housewife because I have my younger siblings, and my dad is an OFW, overseas Filipino worker.
An OFW means they leave. They don't work virtually. So that's a lot of sacrifice to go make some more money. They have to leave their family behind.
Yeah. Yes.
How much school did you do?
I've only finished second year college.
And you speak very good English and Tagalog.
They teach English in our school. That's why we Filipinos know how to speak English.
Yeah, you all speak great English. So I hear that a lot. Well, what about the English and what about the accent? Everybody I work with probably speaks better English than a lot of people I know in our country. Tell me, if you were me and you own a business in America, what would be the biggest benefit of having somebody work virtually in the Philippines? What do you think?
As a Filipino, we're known being hardworking. We'd rather work than go to events, than go to nightclubs. We have to make a living, so that's why we'd rather work.
I like that. I would attest to that. Very hardworking, very trustworthy. What would be your biggest advice for somebody who wants to become a virtual assistant? They want to do what you're doing. What would be your biggest advice to them?
I advise that they find also a trustworthy boss and a kind one, because working virtually with a different race is really hard when you don't know what their attitude is, how they work with people.
Yeah. So both the employer and the virtual assistant, we both kind of share a lot of the same fears. We worry. Right? We're not familiar. Well, thank you. It's been a great year and a half. I've enjoyed having you work with me a lot, and I look forward to a lot more. So thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. All right.